Dear Hasbro, my name is Alicia Garcia, a single mother of a 10-year-old daughter named Jenny, who is a huge fan of your show. Non-stop, all she ever does is talk about the My Little Pony show and how it's the greatest thing on earth, and, needless to say, I've watched a few episodes with her, and I have to admit I've gotten hooked on it as well. Or at least, I used to. I don't see the show the same way nowadays. Okay, so ever since she started watching it, she's asked for a Rainbow Dash doll. Her favorite pony, by the way. I've tried to find one to buy for her at the store, but so far I haven't found one, or for that matter, any My Little Pony dolls or figures. I once asked one of the clerks when, if ever, that they'd have any, but she had no idea of what I was talking about. She said that she never heard of it. I've also looked online, on eBay and Etsy, but still haven't seen any toys from your show. A few weeks ago, my daughter Jenny brought home a Twilight Sparkle vinyl figure she said she had found in the playground under the swing set. It was dirty, with one of its wings ripped off. Someone had colored its eyes black with a pen or a marker, and this toy had the strangest smile I had ever seen on a doll. Okay? It's silly, and I don't know why I'm telling you this, but sometimes I feel like this doll hates me. My daughter loves it, okay, and she takes it everywhere with her. I can't imagine why she loves it so much. It's a broken toy, but it's her favorite. I tried cleaning it up, but I've been unable to remove the black ink. She took it with her for a sleepover with her friend Amelia at her house a few weeks ago. I'm not sure what happened, but my daughter can't go over there anymore. I don't know everything that went on that night, but from what little I do, it has something to do with Jenny loaning her Twilight Sparkle doll to her friend Amelia when she went to bed, and something happened with her and the toy during the night. It's silly. I know. Okay. But the thing is, Jenny has told me that she hasn't been to school since the sleepover. Something about all she does is scream nowadays and had to be placed into a hospital. I don't understand what it all happened. And truth be told, I'm a little frightened of it. I've caught my daughter on more than a few occasions talking to it, and I'm a little creeped out. Sometimes it seems like the doll is listening and talking to her back. I know it's stupid for me to tell you this, but I just can't shake the feeling that something is wrong. But that's not really what I wanted to write to you about. The reason I'm writing to you is because I don't like how your new episodes are going. They're neither good or wholesome, that's why we started watching it. And to tell you the truth, they're more than a little sick. I don't know how you can call it a children's show anymore. And if I ever figure out the schedule to it, I will make sure my daughter never watches it again. When we started watching My Little Pony, it was on Saturday mornings. Now it seems to be on all the time. Whenever I bring her home from school, or when she wakes up in the morning, and all through the day I will find it on. I'm not sure how they do it, but for almost a year now, My Little Pony is on at all hours of the day and night. It's gotten so bad that I started to unhook the cable from the TV, and now we only watch DVDs and shows on Netflix. What's really upsetting is how the new episodes are going. Hasbro, I don't know what's wrong with you or the company that makes these shows, but they're downright evil. Only a twisted person would make something like this and like it. I thought it was strange that it was on all the time, but in the beginning I didn't mind it. That all changed, though, with the Season 3, Episode 14, Flutter Pet. The one where Fluttershy's pet rabbit, Angel, gets sick and has to be put down. That was a horrible episode, which I didn't like. I didn't like how all the other ponies laughed at Fluttershy and called her names for letting Angel get sick. They kept on until Fluttershy had a breakdown and started crying while the other ponies gleefully ripped the poor bunny angel apart. I was so shocked when I watched it with her. Even more shocking was my daughter's reaction. Just laughing and carrying on as if it was just another episode. This is the type of show that you put on the air? The next episode was the Season 3 episode 15, Pinkie Party Pinkie. I remember the name of it, and that was even worse than the other one. How Pinkie Pie threw a party for all of her friends, and they all hated it, telling her that she was a failure, and her parties were terrible, and that no one liked her and wished that she was dead. The other ponies tormented Pinkie until she literally flipped out. She started biting herself, pulling out her hair while she was laughing and crying at the same time. Oh, God. It was awful. It was so bad I turned it off, and I told my daughter that she was not allowed to watch it anymore. It was disturbing how it didn't bother my daughter at all, as well. I talked to her about it later on, and she told me that the Twilight Sparkle doll said Pinkie Pie deserved it. That her parties were stupid, and that no one liked her, and that they all did wish that she was dead. I was so stunned. I didn't know what to do except take the doll away from her, and wanted nothing to do with your show. I thought that the matter was closed. I threw the doll away, and thought that that was the end of it. But it wasn't. The next day after dinner, a new episode came on, as me and Jenny watched a cartoon on Nickelodeon. I've never seen the My Little Pony show on it before, and it was just as horrible as the others. The episode was called First Flight Twilight, and it was an episode where Twilight Sparkle is trying to learn how to fly with her wings, when she couldn't get it right. After her third try, the others get so mad at her that they ripped off one of her wings. Yes, just like the doll my daughter had, now that I think of it, and threw her off a cliff. You can clearly see her hit the ground. I mean, there was blood everywhere, along with the sickening sound of Twilight breaking her neck. Every other episode after that, Twilight is missing one of her wings. And what's more, her head hangs in a weird angle. I mean, I don't get you people. Are your creators mentally sick? Like I said before, as much as I tried to stop my daughter from watching the show, it still comes on all the time. And all of the episodes are just as mean. Apple Jerk, when they set fire to Applejack's house and called names to her and her family as they're trapped inside and burned to death. Colors of the Rainbow, how they trapped Rainbow Dash in a well and filled it up with water until she drowned, all the while laughing at her screams. How can you call yourself a kid-friendly company when you have shit like this on? There are more episodes like this, but I really don't want to get into it. Okay, I've forbidden my daughter, who didn't seem to have minded it at all, from watching your My Little Pony show anymore. She somehow got the doll back. Don't ask me how, and told me that I shouldn't have done that. That I made Twilight angry. What that means is beyond me, but she is my problem. As you know, this is my second letter to you about your show. I have attached your response to my first letter. Dear Miss Garcia, we thank you for your time to write to us about this. But Hasbro has never, nor will at this point in time, have any plans for the creation of a My Little Pony show. And from what you have described in some of the episodes, I'm not sure if this is some sort of joke from you or another person. Hasbro is committed to children entertainment and merchandise, and We would never create horrific shows that would torment our viewers. If you can give us more information about this, we will look into it. Sincerely, Hasbro Legal. No, this has to be your show. I see your logo on it every episode. Pictures taken of my screen with the show and your name on it have been attached to my letter to you. Wait, I can hear the show coming on in the background.